Hello? Hey everyone! Welcome to the live commentary live stream of Season 1, Episode 2 of One Night Ultimate Werewolf Survivor. Vote to the Left was the name of the episode. I just want to say before we get into the live stream, we will be spoiling Episode 2. So if you haven't seen Episode 2 of Season 1... get out of here because we're about to spoil who got voted off. So get out of here. I don't think anyone's in here who hasn't seen it. But hey, how's everyone doing in the stream? There's also latency, which is very fun because you ask a question, you get an answer about 5 hours later. But if all the people who haven't seen the episode are out, I'm going to introduce our guest. It is none other than Jeff.
Hello.
Jeff, how you doing?
Good. I mean, as good as I can be for being on this show as someone who's been eliminated so early.
Yeah, there's 7 episodes and you're voted off in episode 2.
Yeah.
I mean, you being number 1 on the charts, how long do you think you were gonna last?
I don't know. I didn't think of that aspect at all until the fact that I did want to get Andre out because he's really good at the game. So I guess I didn't think of myself, even though I am at the top of the leaderboards. I've also only played a little over 20 games.
Yeah, it's
exactly 20.
It's either 21 or 22. I forget.
Yeah, I've had less chances of losing also. So
yeah, I think it's.
I didn't view myself as a threat.
I think it's funny that you're on top. Like, I really wanted you to get to 20 games. That way you could just be on the top of the leaderboard because you're so far ahead just because a lot of us are close to 100 games and you're just at 20. So it's fun.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, hey, Feverboat says Jeffrey is king of the game. So,
nice. Thank you. I think I'm not bad at the game. I'm impressed with a lot of other people in the game, so I just haven't played as many. I gotta play more.
It's tough. It's a weird game to get into because every card has its own rule, so you gotta know all the rules. And I don't even know all the rules of this dang game.
Right. I mean, when I first played with you on your channel, I had played the game before, but it was the most basic starter pack. You know, the box was very small.
Right.
And when I came over to play, you pull out a huge box. Wait, maybe this isn't the same game.
Yeah.
No, you have a million expansions.
The big
so
box.
I knew like 10 characters.
Yeah, hold on. I got a copy. You were talking about this box.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. To be fair, that's the best game. So,
okay.
Most of the games I like are the ones that just use those roles. But
right, most of the roles I already knew that we usually play. And for this Survivor thing, I did like the roles you chose for it. They were pretty standard. You didn't add too many.
Hey, I did a live stream like way back in March or something, where we picked the cards with the audience. So the audience is actually in charge of that. I mean, I had the I had the final say, but because I think I would have picked Troublemaker over Gremlin, but we don't need to get into that.
I don't even remember what the Gremlin does, but I do know what the Troublemaker does.
So the Troublemaker swaps 2 other players' cards. The Gremlin, if you're not playing with marks and stuff, the Gremlin swaps 2-player cards, but they can swap themselves. That's the only difference, is the Gremlin can do it to themselves. It's fun, but I think it gets used I don't know. I think it's more fun when the Troublemaker has to swap other people and not themselves. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because it always gives that Gremlin an out of like, hey, no, I swapped myself. I was just joking. I'm not the werewolf. Where the Troublemaker can't do that. So.
Right. That's a good point.
Kyle B says base game, best game. So.
Base game, best game.
I feel like that's the case for most board games in general, right? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if you've ever played Pandemic.
No,
those games.
I haven't got
I guess in 2020 it's not as like fun of a game to be like, yeah, let's play a board game where we're trying to kill a disease taking over the world. But you know, I played it years ago, and then they came out with a like a legacy version of it, where you actually put in like stickers on the map, and cities were going under, and you couldn't travel through them anymore, and you got more and more like boxes to open as you went along, and I enjoyed that more than the base levels.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Josh, who was in the tournament, is watching, and he's a big fan of most legacy versions of games. I don't know how you'd make a legacy version of One Night Werewolf, but who knows? Maybe it'll happen.
I think you kind of did with this, man.
Yeah, we'll consider Survivor the legacy version of One Night. But yeah, quickly before we get into it, someone asked me if I've ever heard of Blood on the Clock Tower. I have. I played it on the Discord. It's another social deduction game. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, it has like a lot of rules and a lot of meta game where if you're new to it and everyone else just like knew, oh, this happened, that happened, Brett's this, Brett's that. I was just like, ugh. So I don't know. I just didn't quite.
You lost, so you didn't like it? Is that what I heard?
No, I mean, sometimes I won. I just didn't know why I was winning. I was just like, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't know what was going on. Maybe I just need to play it more. I don't know.
Sure.
But a lot of people in my Discord like it. So I say let's get into the episode. We can talk into the episode. There's a spelling error in my file name. That's weird. Almost final. This is the final version. I don't know why it's called Almost Final. All right, let's get into the episode. Last time on One Night Ultimate Werewolf Survivor. So this is our first last time on, so that's fun. It's the longest one because I'm recapping the first episode.
Right, which was probably the longest episode as well.
Battle. They were separated. There's a quick joke in there. There's a quick jab at Josh. I say 8 masterminds of the game and Josh. The reason why I didn't include Josh as a mastermind is because he has not played on my channel before. That's why I did that. Naming it the Flashers Tribe.
I like the little freezing of
all the players merged onto the yeah, I put a little bit too much work into these last times on, but it came out well.
It kind of feels like my computer's not streaming fast enough.
Yeah, I didn't put too many freeze frames in there.
During the game, the entire werewolf team started out in the center. Jeff witched
that was crazy that the entire werewolf team started out in the center.
The win.
I know. I forgot about that until I watched it last time.
For elimination.
And
with 4 votes, Ed was the first.
I felt really bad.
Out of the game
on,
and onto the jury.
Amber.
Only 8.
So you voted for Dylan in the first episode.
I did.
You said in your voting booth. You said, oh, it just got really loud. You said he was the threat.
Yeah, I felt like Dylan was the threat. I know there's a whole thing where you just talk about Dylan on this channel, so he must be a threat. Like the only bigger, like if there was a boat, I would have voted for the boat.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
But
One Night Ultimate
Dylan was there. I
Werewolf
was like, well, he's something that's a commercial.
Yeah. There hasn't. Yeah. All About Dylan doesn't show up as much anymore because it's hard to produce. I have to get my green screen out, everything. The big thing with this episode, it's the first time we get into the auction, which I would say you were most excited about, because when everyone was coming over to the house, I kept telling people not to look in these boxes, and I think you were most excited to see what was in the boxes.
Yeah, I mean, if there's like a surprise in a box, I want to see it. And it hasn't always worked out for me in life, but
I mean,
as long as it's not a skunk, I'm happy.
Did you like what was in the boxes? It was the auction. That was fun.
Yeah. No, the auction was a great premise. I mean,
it's good.
One of my favorite parts of the actual show, Survivor, when they auction off things. You don't reveal them until they buy them. Very fun.
It is different from the regular show auction because this, I guess minor spoiler, the auction does come back later on. But
yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
In the normal version of Survivor, Brody's barking like crazy. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. Who knows what he's barking at? But normal episode of Survivor, they just have one episode of the auction. Where you drop the best Survivor reference, you say, "I hope it's chocolate and peanut butter."
Yeah, there's always chocolate and peanut butter in there.
You're really good at. I wish you stayed longer because you're really good at dropping in the Survivor references for the.
Hey,
For the
I've
real.
been binging it throughout 2020. I've produced a socially distancing Survivor.
Yeah. I meant
I've deep into Survivor this year.
I meant to promote that before we got started, but Jeff did run a YouTube show channel called Survivor Social Distancing, and it was like a Zoom Survivor, but everyone was in character, so it was like improv Survivor.
Yeah, we had a bunch of improvisers from our theater that had closed down, like just doing improv as their characters over Zoom, playing a bunch of games. It took a lot of work, but at the end, it was a lot of fun. It came out to be a pretty cool project.
Yeah, it was really cool. So really, go check out Survivor Social Distancing. You could just search that on YouTube. But a lot of people who show up in my videos are in there, like Trip and Billy. Austin produced it, but Mark's in there, and plus other people.
Yeah, Mark plays the Jeff Probst character.
Yeah, I want my $2. I was almost about to die.
I was looking at my chat, but they just keep talking about Blood on the Clock Tower.
Oh, I'm buying something.
Oh, you're buying, yeah,
I
Canadian.
was so excited that I had to buy the first gift right away. I was like, I gotta do this.
You were. You didn't seem too excited with Canadian Smarties, though. I thought that was a fun gift.
Yeah, I couldn't really remember what Smarties were.
They're.
I was thinking of like they're tiny like sugar pellets. What are those called?
You're talking about, yeah, Smarties in America are little sugar, like pills, kind of.
Okay, so they're both called Smarties.
Yeah, but in Canada, Smarties are chocolate, and American Smarties are called Rockets in Canada.
Okay. Well, guess what? American Smarties, way better than
No,
Canadian.
Canadian Smarties are better.
Canadian Smarties were bad M&Ms. No, they're a little better than M&Ms.
Yeah.
But I don't like M&Ms at all. But I did gift it away, so.
But the idea with this first auction, it shows off that I wanted to show off that there were kind of lesser gifts and better gifts.
Right, I'm glad that was showed off for me.
Yeah, you happened to get the lesser gift.
Yeah, it makes sense. I had to buy it right away.
The first one's not going to be the best one.
AGC.
$1 to $2.
Katie figured it out, but whenever I watch this back with her, she talks about how she has no poker face. Because she figured it out that it was a gift card.
Yeah.
But she told everyone, she's like, it's going to be a gift card.
I kept telling Katie this was a mini game. This is the mini game.
This isn't a game, this is just fun.
I know, but I didn't want to. All right, please stand here. Give me my $2.
Yeah, if anyone has any, I'm not sure if anyone has any questions, but if you do, let us know. I'm also debating about getting rid of the commentary aspect of it, but because we could just talk about the episode instead of watching it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I will say that I am watching this all at like, I don't know, one frame per second.
I don't think you have the best internet.
No, my internet's fine.
Oh, is it my internet? I don't know. Something's going on.
I don't know. I'm not lagging out with talking with you.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a Dustin ad.
Oh, nice. It's enough that I can follow it though.
Birthday.com.
Put in your birthday, put in your name, put in what you want, and boom, you get it. Click it, click it, click it, click it. Gotta click it now, click it now, click it on the screen now. Whoa, you're
How
off
do I
moving,
get this
you gotta click it
volume
now.
out of here?
We'll find you, click it now, click it now. Where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? Oh no, oh no, no.
I had a question to ask you, and now I can't remember what it was.
Oh, I like how it just cuts to green screen today.
I'm gonna go take a seat.
Go to birthday.com.
So now you guys know this is why you want to win these games.
The wheel.
We definitely chose.
I think
classic wheel.
the classic wheel.
That's how I got those $3.
Yeah, yeah. You went home with $1, so it's better than nothing. Most people on Survivor don't go home with
I
$1.
did go home. Actually, I think that if you're the first person to be voted out with Survivor, you go home with like 1,500.
Do you really?
Yeah. No, it starts very high. Plus, you get like a full vacation
Yeah,
for like
I know
the rest of the time.
You have to get paid to be on the show. Like just being on any show, you have
Sure.
to get paid. So you're probably getting paid the minimum amount, but it's something.
Yeah, it scales depending on how far you get. Like second place gets like still gets over 100 grand.
Yeah.
Drunk, doppelganger, Tanner, and mortician. You're playing for $2 and immunity. $2 and immunity.
Yeah, Jeff, you never got to play a game where you sat down.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I never even got to learn what a seat was.
You're in these early standing games.
Right?
Minor spoiler, they sit down at some point.
Whoa, man, you're really ruining this.
Yeah, I'm wrecking this show. They sit down at some point. Oh, I also, fun fact, I gave you the color gray because it's the most boring color, but I knew you were voted out early, so I was trying to keep all the interesting different colors
Wow.
for like people who weren't
So
like
what's the next most boring color besides gray? Ooh,
who's
another spoiler given away.
No. It was the first two because all the other colors are different. So it was gray in whatever color Ed was. I think he might have been red. So I think I only gave you a boring color.
Okay. Cool.
Because all of the other colors are normal colors that I use in my episodes. The only thing that's different, if we're getting into technical stuff, I think usually Dylan is red, but I usually give red to DeAndre and Ed, so I couldn't have 3 people be red. And usually I give orange to Pete, so I was like, I'll give Dylan orange. These are the fun.
That's so interesting.
These are the fun facts people came here for. Oh, I'm usually blue, but Josh is new, so I gave him blue.
Light blue.
Yeah, dark blue is a little harder to see. These are the fun facts people came here to see.
Yeah, this is the interesting behind the scenes material everyone's been asking for.
I was really worried behind the scenes because there's a minion and werewolf in play, but Dylan gets rid of the werewolf, and I was really worried. I was like, oh, I didn't tell them what happens if a minion's in the game without a werewolf. I forgot. That was like the one rule I forgot to explain to people.
Oh, right.
And I think you were a little confused of like, if there's a minion in play, I think you might have thought he became a werewolf, or I'm not sure what you thought.
Well, I was the minion.
Yeah. Oh, but you lose the minion. Amber changes it with Dylan.
Okay.
So you're like worried about I don't know, but I should have explained that rule.
I've played with a minion before.
So this is when DeAndre sees the Dream Wolf and why he's so set on Katie lying. I don't know why everyone collectively forgets about the drunk.
And now I'm like forgetting what happened in this situation that make me lose. So, like watching, like, I feel like some like professional like football guy being like, "Oh, I gotta watch all the scenes from the last one, so I know how to correct my way."
I think Josh asked, as Doppelganger minion, shouldn't have Kelsey opened her eyes there too? No, the Doppelganger minion goes before the regular minion. If Josh was paying attention, he wouldn't have had to ask that question.
Yeah, they go first so that you won't accidentally have 2 people open their eyes at the same time and ruin stuff.
I think the only time 2 people open their eyes at the same time are with werewolves, vampires, mainly the bad guys, and masons are the only time people have their eyes open at the same time.
Close your eyes. Doppelganger. If you viewed the gremlin card, wake up. You may
I will say it's nice that later on, the night phase doesn't take so long.
Yes, the night phase is so long in these early games, but I extended each card to have 10 seconds to do stuff with because everyone's standing up and they need to be able to reach across the table. I was just trying to give them a lot of time.
Right.
Right there, I thought Josh saw the card. I was worried he cheated.
Uh-oh. Isn't he on the chat right now?
Yeah, he is. He know. We talk about it in the episode that he says he wasn't looking at it. He just kind of picked it up at an angle that looked like he was looking at it.
I didn't. It didn't look like he was looking at it for me.
Oh,
but
okay.
Once again, I'm like seeing a frame every second.
Josh says he's no cheat. I don't think it's funny because whenever I accuse people of cheating, I know they're not doing it on purpose. I don't think anyone came into this game to like purposely cheat in the game.
Right. Someone was like, "Now here's my chance. I'm not putting up my thumb. I'm not helping out my team by putting my thumb up."
That could be like a strategy to the overall game. I don't know how that would be like, like to the survivor aspect of the game.
Oh, like, oh, silly me, I don't know how to play.
But then you wouldn't be immune, so I'm not sure how that would work.
No, I don't. Well, I'll be the first to say I was the witness. Because maybe he was the work. Hey, but how would he know?
Yeah, why would he have wanted to come out and say this before knowing?
We haven't got to it yet.
It's always so awkward.
Oh, sorry.
Go
Well,
ahead.
no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just saying, it's always so awkward, like, after you, like, wake up in the game, and you're just, like, looking around, and you're like, I have information, but do I want to spill it now? It's like that period of everyone just staring at you.
So our pal Dan, you've never met Dan, but he used to show up in our old One Night Werewolf videos. He's a big board game guy. When I got One Night Werewolf and I really liked it, I really wanted to show it to Dan. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play with him. He's gonna love it. We're all gonna have a good time. And he hated the game, mainly because when it becomes day, there's nothing to go off of. Like you just need to start talking, and you need to decide who starts talking. And he really wanted like a jumping off point. And I'm like, that's what I like about it. I like that. You just need to give up what you want to give up.
I guess Secret Hitler has a little bit more jumping off point.
Yeah.
With like a vote being passed and being like, why did that happen? I mean, it's all lying.
Yeah, but someone in this game could just be quiet the whole time, and they can get away with it.
Right. Yeah. I love when that person all of a sudden everyone's like, wait a second. They've been quiet the whole time.
which is how Amber plays. She's quiet, and then she'll come out with her information that like destroys the game. She's just like, she'll just get it all, and she goes, "Well, I was a apprentice here, and I saw the werewolf there," and everyone's like, "Uh-oh."
And everyone's like, "Oh my god, you were."
How that happened? You're saying that you saw it in the middle.
The dream wolf was right there.
So were you the other werewolf then?
So this is the part where Katie's telling everyone that Josh is Dreamwolf, but no one believes her. No one remembers that the drunk is in play for some reason. And in case anyone's wondering, I put all of the rolls on the table. The little tokens are on the table, so I gave them their chance to see that the drunk's in play.
But he's the dream wolf. It works out perfectly. No, he was the dream wolf card when I looked at it.
I feel like there's so many conversations happening at this point also that you're just kind of like bouncing back and forth, making sure no one's pointing.
Yeah.
He might have done like a
He
little.
didn't miss it. The dream was right there. She's the mortician.
He gets real passionate when he's lying.
Are you mortician? Wait, what are you?
Then
I am mortician.
the other question is, so Katie's mortician, she doesn't care about who werewolves are. She just wants one of her neighbors to die. She hears about this circle vote plan. Everyone in the comments was like, why didn't she just point to Amber, and then Amber would have died, and then she would have won with the werewolves, but she still would have won.
True.
But I mean, I think I would have done the same thing Katie did. She knew Josh was the werewolf. No one was believing her. She just wanted to be right. She was passionate, and she was like voting to Josh because he's the werewolf, even though she doesn't care about it.
I I mean,
He's not the dream. The dream was right there.
I feel like someone exposed her as the mortician, and then as soon as she like that was found out, I was like, okay, she's just gonna lie about either person on either side of her.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, I can't trust her this round.
I feel like when most people are mortician, they don't lie about what they see. Even if they see both their neighbors and neither of them are werewolves, they're just like, this person's the robber, this person's gremlin. I don't know why. It's very rare that the mortician actually lies about what they saw.
Hey, morticians are very honest people.
They are.
One of those traits about them.
Oh, you said it. You said minion becomes a werewolf if he's the only person left, which is not true. They just want another player, another villager to die.
Wait, so the minion doesn't become a...
They don't become a werewolf. They just hate the villagers, so they want a villager to die. The werewolves...
Okay.
The
Well,
werewolves...
like, essentially, you want to kill, like, if there's only a minion and no wolves,
Yeah.
then you want to kill the minion so that he doesn't kill
No,
the
that's the thing. If you're a villager and there's only a minion left, you want a circle vote, because you don't care about killing the minion. You just don't, there's no werewolves in play. So
But if you kill the minion, does it count as a villager?
yeah, it counts as a villager loss.
Okay, so the minion would still win even if you kill the minion?
No.
What? Who chose to have the minion?
The live stream. The live stream.
I need to read up on the minion.
It's confusing because his rules change. Like when the later games came out, his rules changed, and I don't like it when that happens. I don't like it when you change the rules
it makes it complicated.
to old cards. I think he wants any other villager to die, so that would be the key word, any other villager.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But therefore, then if you do kill the minion, he doesn't have any other villager die. And the villagers win.
Yeah.
There's no werewolf.
So this is fought on in the Discord or in the forums.
Or wait, no, they still killed it. I don't know, man.
If there's a lone minion, the villagers would want a circle vote, because their only mission is to kill a werewolf. They don't care about minions. They just want to kill a werewolf. So they would need a circle vote. And so the minion would just have to ruin the circle vote. So it just becomes a case of
Which
like...
is pretty easy to do.
Yeah, but if we know who the minion is, then we're just like, well, we just need to come up with a circle vote direction that the minion will also go with. So it's confusing.
Yeah. When Gremlin was playing, I was just like, there's nothing else I can really claim I did. So I was Gremlin again, guys. Wait, so were you drunk or?
Again,
I was drunk.
Josh is wearing a t-shirt for the board game Alice is Missing. He put that in as a secret hidden advertisement. So
I did not.
don't
It was an issue of like.
don't buy that board game because Josh cheated by secretly advertising.
I thought you did. I just want to make sure. Yeah, so this is
I heard that game was dumb.
We had 3 people. Now we have 3
You heard it on the forums?
Yeah, I just went on Rotten Tomatoes real quick, and they said dumb.
They review board games now.
You know you're gonna.
They said 2 dumb tomatoes.
I tried to help you win with me. Thought you would.
Oh no, I voted for Dylan. It sounded like you were just going with the group vibe.
Yeah.
Bring up DeAndre was on Team Circle Vote. Paul.
Yeah.
So DeAndre, do you have anything to say about being leading the circle?
Yeah, DeAndre.
It is funny. I feel like on the Real Show Survivor, I'm not throwing shade at any of the people on my show. On the Real Show Survivor, usually when Jeff asks a question, they will like answer with like long answers.
Right.
Here, if I'm like, well, how'd you feel about that game? Most people go bad.
Any thoughts?
Right.
I was very happy.
It's tough. It's
Well, Jeff Probst in Survivor also he disses the contestants with his questions.
I tried to do it a little bit. I try to point out when like I pointed out that Amber lost twice and has no money. I pointed out that
Right.
DeAndre caused the circle vote. So, oh, DeAndre's in the chat now.
Sometimes Jeff Probst will just be like, "Hey, you had trouble spelling that puzzle out. You think you might go home because you're dumb? Or because people think you're dumb or something like that?" They'll just be like, "Oh, jeez. I was just under pressure."
I mean, that's what happened to Katie. She got under pressure. That's why she didn't think about just voting to the right.
Joey asked, "Is he drunk?" And you
Right.
said no.
Well, I didn't know. So I was telling my truth. The only truth that I can.
Such the burden of a mortician. I mean, does anything?
So loyal to Tribe.
DeAndre and Joey, you guys
That was the idea with separating the people into tribes to give them some alliance, but it didn't.
Right. And
You were the only person that said tribe. I think Joey mentions tribe every now and then in the voting booth, but he's not as
I
serious
think
about
Katie
it.
does also.
Well,
Maybe not in the voting booth, but in like at least out in front of the table.
Well, in this game, she's trying to kill Josh, and she asked she's like, "Hey, tribe, vote with me." And Josh goes, "I'm on tribe."
Well, it is time to vote.
which was pretty funny.
Oh no.
I just want to let you know you can vote for
She
anyone.
kind of
Yeah, we got very confused. We were all passionate about tribe. We weren't really sure who we wanted to get out or who was on our team, but
All right, you obviously vote for DeAndre. This is our first and our first tie this season.
our first tie this season.
I was like, oh yeah, I can't spoil the rest of the season, so I can't say it was our first tie.
I'm curious to see if Josh takes forever to write his answer down.
He
DeAndre,
doesn't.
That hurts.
Someone was disappointed that he didn't write it all out, but Josh is in the
Keep
chat.
that up as a bit.
I think his strategy, I believe he told me, he has a different handwriting each time, so that way you can't keep track of who he's voting for. Because if he did block letters each time, you'd be like, oh, Josh voted for him. So.
Oh, I didn't see who Josh voted for there. Was that intentionally kept out?
Yeah, I do some editing on the show. I don't want to show all the votes, then you know who's going home.
Of course. Hey, I produced a Survivor show before you did, buddy.
It's funny because I feel like we came up with the idea at the same time.
Yeah.
You guys were a little bit ahead of me, but I was just like, I was trying to plan out a one-night werewolf tournament, and I was also binging Survivor at the same time. I think we all were.
Right.
And I was like...
Yeah, there was a big group of us that were watching Survivor for some reason. I'm on like season 37 now.
Oh, I finished. You know, season 41 would have ended already if it aired.
Ugh,
So sad.
thanks, Obama.
And yet, MTV's The Challenge is producing new episodes. So,
Well, MTV doesn't care about anyone.
but they got Natalie from Survivor to be on it, so that's fun.
Whoa.
And Jay. If you're
I
big,
don't remember either of them.
I didn't remember Jay either, so don't worry. But everyone likes Natalie.
We come up with nicknames for everyone because we can't remember their name.
Again, I don't know. Jeff. One vote Jeff.
Does anyone on Dylan's Alliance know they're on Dylan's Alliance? Yeah, I feel like Dylan had a bunch of alliances with everyone. I don't know when he came up with these alliances. He obviously didn't do it on camera. So, I think
I
Katie...
didn't know he ever had alliance.
He had alliances with everyone, and Katie thought she had an alliance with Dylan. But Dylan didn't mention it in that little thing. I think he was like voting against her, so who knows what's going on with Dylan. I think he's just he's pulling the... did Russell Hands do that? Go up to everyone basically and was like, hey, want to be on alliance? Want to be on alliance?
Right.
I think he's doing that strategy.
DeAndre. 2 votes Katie, 2 votes
So Katie's
DeAndre.
getting some votes too.
Jeff. We got a 3-way tie. 2 votes Katie.
I don't
2
like
votes
watching
Jeff,
this.
2 votes DeAndre.
What? Hey, it ties. You might be safe.
Andre.
You might be.
True. I could have been.
Jeff.
Could be.
But hey, you see that big dollar above your name?
Means more voting.
You get
So now,
I see that giant dollar.
you get to go home with that.
Jeff. Everyone will vote again except those two. You can only vote for Jeff or DeAndre. You can't vote Katie. If we get another tie, then we'll go.
So here's what's going on. This is where the tiebreaker confusion in my head, at least. We go to a tiebreaker vote. What would happen if we tie again? I ultimately don't know, because in the real Survivor, everyone would draw rocks except for the two people who were up for who was in the tie and whoever had immunity necklaces. In the real Survivor, only one person has immunity. What?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Whoever has
I
the
think,
immunity
yeah,
necklace
immunity
does not draw
is
rocks.
still safe.
The difference with my Survivor is multiple people have immunity necklaces. So I was like, if we do the draw rocks thing,
Right, so that would be hard to do.
it'd be that's why that it will be my spoiler for the season. It never gets down to a double tie, so we never address that situation. But I guess
that's something you'll have to figure out if you do a future season of it.
well, hopefully in season 2, I say if it ties, everyone's out. So don't tie.
Just to end it.
Yeah, don't tie.
in their places.
Jeffrey?
I had to leave this part in because the conversation goes into when I'm talking. So that's why I left that little behind the scenes in.
I think that's normal.
All right, first vote. Remember, Jeff and DeAndre are up. If it ties again, we are going to pull a random name from the hat, and they will be immune.
We're getting close to the end of the episode, so if anyone has some final questions for Jeff, now's the time to get him out. Double tie
Yeah, please
means
distract me.
double tie means players have to start a combo fighter match. That'd be a good way to mix the streams.
Oh yeah, like in Survivor where they have to start a fire. That'd be fun.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, the combo fire.
I should
That's a
come.
good idea.
Yeah.
How many cards?
Yeah, mixing in other games you play on your channel. That's actually a really cool idea.
Then that would just be me explaining combo fighter to all 9 people. Okay, so
Tribe betrayed me, man.
Jeff, the tribe has spoken.
I thought I was strong episode 1. I thought I was gonna have Ed on our tribe with us.
Jeff, the cool thing about being voted on.
you do ultimately join his tribe of the jury,
Sure.
which is probably
It made me wish I would have kept that crappy Canadian candy. It was like I gifted it, trying to be like, hey, you're gonna be on the jury. You'll vote for me at the end. And then I just join him on the couch and he's eating my candy. Like, what's up?
I'm sure you guys shared the candy.
All right, guys. So we
You
only
said
got
no.
people-
I did
Said
say,
no share.
I did say no, but I wasn't like forceful. I wasn't gonna arrest anyone.
All right, well, tune
I
in
did try
next
one.
week for more.
I spat it out after
One
The next time on the big spoiler, we have to address this. I goofed
Okay.
up. This is an ultimate goof on my point. I don't think it's that big of a goof, but people are.
It's the beginning of
Oh, I
the
say the auction continues, so we're not spoiling that.
Okay, cool.
So where's Joey? Joey's out. Joey's gone. Dead.
Well, you said something about their thumb right before that.
Yeah, Joey.
One Night Ultimate Werewolf Survivor.
We'll get to that. Joey got medevaced. Okay, heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
How else?
Yeah.
Broke a
It was pretty intense. Helicopters flew in.
man. Do you remember that one episode of Real Survivor when like 5 people went down in one challenge? That was crazy. So
That was pretty crazy. I'm curious to see this ranking.
Yeah,
here
I paused
at
the-
the end of.
I paused to look at the charts.
Yeah.
Ed's at bottom because he never gets a chance
Sure.
to win a
So
game.
at least I won't be the worst.
Yeah, you're gonna stay at 50% unless.
Right.
Hey, who knows? Maybe you get back in the game.
Hey, maybe I claw my way back up out of the grave.
But I mean, you're not really in third. I guess you would be tied for. I guess you'd be tied for third.
Right. With a lot of people.
Yeah, so many people are tied for third.
With about everyone.
Oh yeah, but if we keep going, hold on. If we keep going to,
Dylan's the only one who went up in that.
yeah, because he lost last game.
Right.
These arrows don't really mean too much. Usually the arrows would say if you went up on the leaderboard, but since it's only
Right.
7 games, I just put up or down if you lost or won a game, just to make it easier. Like, or if you went down in percentage, I guess.
Right.
Go check out Alias Punch. They broke up, or I don't think they broke up officially. They just don't make music anymore. Jeff, you're top of this leaderboard, though.
Whoa. Wait, this isn't a good leaderboard. This is votes received for someone.
Well, you and DeAndre have. Well, actually, Amber has the most. She could have had 17 votes against her, but since you guys tied, you like got more option. What am I saying?
True.
Opportunities to be voted for. So
But DeAndre still only got 4. So
Yeah.
they really didn't like me.
they did not like you.
I didn't know a lot of the people there. Really only knew you, Katie, and Ed, and DeAndre.
But I think everyone just knew you were at the top of the leaderboard. So
Yeah, they knew me enough to not like me, I guess.
yeah, most of the people I talked to them after, most people voted for you just because they didn't like you.
Okay, that's what I assumed. So that's fine.
I'm just looking at a weird typo error, but I just want to point out that the 3 people who have yet to receive any votes are Kelsey and Josh and Joey. Kelsey and Josh were immune both games, so they just can't receive any votes. But Joey has no votes received.
Ooh, and he could have had 8.
Could have had 8, but for some reason he didn't get 2 zeros. He only got 1. a weird typo there. That's just me looking up.
It's kind of weird to have the 2 zeros. I'd say the 2 zeros is the typo more than 1.
But at least there's a pattern going, and then this one breaks it. I don't know.
That's true.
The first thing you said when we met was, "Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm at the top of the leaderboard." And I thought, here we go. This guy's got to get out of here. That's what Josh said.
I don't think that doesn't sound like me. Hi, I'm Jeff, and I'm at the top of the leaderboard.
Didn't you get that tattoo that says, "I'm Jeff, I'm top of the leaderboard"?
Yeah, but I let the tattoo speak for me. I don't have to actually verbally say it. Yeah, it's on my forehead. I'm wearing makeup for a reason.
Yeah, Ed's also up there too, but I also got to pause here to thank the Patreon supporters. You guys donating to the channel and supporting really helps me out. It helps out with the prize money ultimately and the stuff we auction off. So thanks so much for all the Patreon supporters. I should also shout out that Jeff hosts a podcast called How Embarrassing, where you guys have a Patreon too. Everyone's got Patreons nowadays. So if you want to support Jeff and Molly, you can always go over to the How Embarrassing Patreon page.
Yes. How Embarrassing /Patreon.
I think it's the other way around, but
other way around. You know how to use computers. Check us out on all your.
Which of the?
What?
Sorry. DeAndre is saying which of these patrons are in the game. I don't dox any of my Patreons, so I can't say for sure which Patreons are in the game. But I do notice that some people have similar names to people that are in.
They're all very common names that I see. Like, I mean, I know that Zappy plays on your channel all the time, but there's so many Zappies I know.
There's so many.
And like the directors of gaming, like, gosh, I've met like so many of them. Most of them have the last name Smith.
Yeah.
Ever try to figure out the directors of gaming Smith?
It's impossible. All right, let's get.
$1,000.
Let's watch. Who voted for who? Let's see it.
Huh.
Let's see what happened. This is a lot of.
I have a feeling. I know who betrayed me.
We got a lot of votes here. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can pause. Katie voted for DeAndre the first time, very passionately. She wanted DeAndre out.
Thank you, Katie.
Josh voted for Jeff.
I knew it.
I'm assuming his reasoning was because you're top of the leaderboard. I'm not sure.
His reasoning was he hated Tribe. He hated the name and he hated all of us.
DeAndre, we all know DeAndre voted for Jeff because you two. This is your two battle.
We had a battle.
Yeah,
I respect it. I was going for him. He had to come back.
They have yet to speak since filming the season. You guys hate each other. So
right.
It's real sad. You two on Twitter is real nuts.
I had to buy like an iron door because I feel like he kept breaking into my house at night.
You just feel like that? You don't have any.
I have no proof. I never woke up to anyone, but like this one day, my magnet on my fridge was kind of slightly tilted to the left, and I was like, "That's probably DeAndre."
You voted for DeAndre, so.
Yeah, we were in a battle. Sorry, DeAndre.
Kelsey voted for Katie in her voting booth. She says, "I'm not here to make friends," and it's funny.
Oh wow! So she was just like, "I don't want to be Katie's friend."
It's so funny. Kelsey cracks me up on this, especially her in the voting booth. It's just like, get out of here. I don't need you.
I'm done with you.
Dylan will have these like. By the way, if you are on my Patreon at the $5 tier, you can watch the whole voting booth video. You can hear exactly what everyone says. But Dylan really speaks out his mind, is really trying to figure out who to vote for. He's like, I can do this, this will cause this will do that. And Kelsey just goes, get this person out of here. Joey voted for DeAndre. The first.
Tribe. He was fully supportive Tribe.
Dylan voted for Katie.
Oh.
I believe because I think in his voting booth, I believe he said he was really worried about the Joey-Katie alliance because they are brother and sister. So,
right.
I don't think he had any.
Okay, but he also voted with
Kelsey.
What's Kelsey?
Which
and they're dating.
Yeah, they are dating. I've seen them hold hands, so it's getting serious over there.
Right. Yeah, I saw them make eyes at each other across the table when we were playing. I was like, uh-oh. Power couple.
But
they both went for Katie.
But I don't think...
They were texting during this. They were texting each other and making secret plans.
Yeah, that doesn't happen on Survivor. I don't remember who Amber voted for. She didn't show it to the camera. I'm sure it's either Jeff or DeAndre. It was one of you two.
Oh, no.
So the tiebreaker vote, Katie doubling down on DeAndre. Josh is doubling down on Jeff. Kelsey switches to you, Jeff.
Okay, that makes sense. I wanted to get rid of their tribe.
Joey. So he voted for DeAndre the first time, and he switched to Jeff. I just
You flipped Joey. No, I didn't think he flipped.
I don't think he would have saved you though. I think if he voted for, it wouldn't have saved you.
I thought it would have been a second tie.
I don't think it would have been. Hold on. I don't think Dylan doesn't show it to the camera, but I believe he's also voting for you.
Okay. Each person who I should be able to take the place of anyone who didn't show their vote to the camera.
I don't find that out until edited.
Brett has a production to do, guys, and you guys are not making it easy for him. I say fine them all $20 who anytime they don't show it to the camera and send it to the losers. Ed and I will be happy to take it.
I mean, it sounds like spoiler, 8 people lose the game, so most likely they're good. Like most of the people will be giving money back to themselves.
No, I'm talking about right now.
Oh.
There are only 2 losers in this world, and it's Ed and I, and we'll split the money.
Amber voted for you, so.
Okay, I made her a werewolf the first game we played, so.
Yeah, and
Gosh,
that's the end of the video. Let me stop sharing. It'll make you a little bit bigger on my screen. So, Jeff, how does it feel? You got voted out. You lost. You didn't win.
You know what? It doesn't feel great. From what I thought happened, this was the first time he's seen who voted for who during this. My thoughts were that Tribe stuck together on the first vote. I thought Josh voted for DeAndre on the first vote, and then when it came down to a tie, I thought Josh panicked and then betrayed Tribe. Turns out he betrayed me right off the bat, and then Joey panicked and betrayed me.
Again, I don't. Joey wouldn't. I don't think he would have saved you.
I don't care. He betrayed me.
He did.
And my heart's broken.
I think. Yeah. So, I believe in his voting booth confessional the second time. I think he knew someone from Tribe swapped because Josh did. Josh did the math. He did the math and he realized someone swapped. So he's like, well, if my tribe's not working with me, I might as well not work with him either. So
I guess that doesn't make sense. Okay, I go back to blaming Josh.
Josh is in the chat, so if he wants to defend himself, he can. Tribe on shaky ground.
No, he's like, I'm satisfied with it. I made it at least one more episode than you did.
Yeah, he got further than you.
Stop being a sore loser. No, it was fun. No, I feel like I like the whole classic things with Survivor and people being betrayed and like getting mad at each other for betraying each other and stuff. Like, it was all fun and games, very fun, and I like to hold up the whole. I thought I had a strong tribe, but it turns out
I know.
You weren't.
DeAndre's saying flashers for life, so he's just shoving it in your face.
Okay, DeAndre. When are we playing next, Brett? You need to send me a schedule. I want Joey there.
Joey, Josh, and DeAndre, just you four. Battling it out.
And we're playing Hungry Hippos this time, baby.
Hungry Hippo Survivor.
That's my game. I know I can win in that one.
That's not really a game, though, is it? It's more just a... there's no strategy to Hungry Hippos, is there?
Oh, there's strategy.
Well, that's what I want to see a Lord of the Board video on Hungry Hippos. I say let's get he makes strategy video. He gives strategy advice on board games. So I would love to see a Lord of the Board Hungry Hippos.
I'm actually currently working on. Did you ever see like the Queen's Gambit?
No, it's on my list, but I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I'm working on. It's like the Queen's Gambit of Hungry Hippos.
I don't.
So it's actually following me as a child who I'm like a prodigy at this game, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, how can he do it?" And every time I look at my ceiling, I just see hippos eating, and everything I see is hungry hippos.
Wow.
And I became a huge champion, but you'll have to watch the video when it comes out to see the rest.
But everyone was like, Hungry Hippos is a woman's game. You can't be in this.
Yeah. They were all like, these are for women. Like, you can't be doing this.
You can go to the beginners. That's like the only clip I've seen where the guy's like, you can go to the beginners.
I haven't seen the movie either. So we're both referencing the show / is it a movie or a show?
It's a show on Netflix. It's a series.
It's a show. We're both making references to something we haven't.
I've seen one scene where she tries to sign up for like a chess league, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is like a real chess league. Like, you're a woman, huh?"
It's like, you don't know how to move plastic pieces around.
And they're like, "Well, we can send you to the beginners." And she's like, "I'm not a beginner. That's the only thing. That's the only thing of Queen's Gambit that I know."
Yeah. Well, yeah, all of that, but Hungry Hippos instead. That's all you really need to know. I kind of want to make this documentary now. I'm gonna make a spoof documentary.
It is a funny idea to start spoofing stuff that you haven't seen. Like, I'm gonna do a parody of this movie, which that reminded me of a fun fact. Have you ever seen the movie Disaster Movie? It's really bad.
Yes.
But most of those
Disaster movie?
Disaster.
Oh, I was thinking the Disaster Artist.
No. There was like Date Movie and Epic Movie, which are all parodies.
Oh, is this like all like the same people who did the Scary movies?
Kind of. It's like two of the writers of that.
We've
But
talked about this.
but-
After Scary Movie 2, I hate all parody films.
yes, they went really bad. And there's one called Disaster Movie, which is one of the worst. It's terrible. It's very hard to watch. But the fun fact about the movie is most of the movies they parody, they haven't seen because they weren't out yet when they were filming them. So they were mainly doing parodies of the trailers. They're like, because it was like, it's basically 2008 the parody. They just parody every movie that came out in 2008, like Dark Knight, Iron Man.
Gosh.
And so they haven't seen the movies yet, but they're just like, I'm Batman. it's so weird. So go watch Disaster Movie.
I don't.
No, go.
I mean, I used to love the first two Scary movies, and then I realized, like, oh, Scary Movie is a very close parody to Scream, and Scream's actually just really funny and really good. So just watch Scream and never watch Scary Movie.
You're talking to the wrong person. I love Scary Movie. Scary Movie 3 is hilarious. I don't know what you're talking. I think we need to watch it together sometime, and
I think we need to start like an extra stream thing where we go through from Scary Movie 1 and we just do all parody movies and we discuss why. I feel like I'm gonna just discuss why they're awful.
It's really
and
fun.
you're gonna be like, no, they're really good.
It's really funny because Dustin, Dylan, and I have talked about, because we love parody movies, not all of them, but we love most of them, and we're thinking about doing like commentary tracks or something for them. So I might bring you along as the hater, and we'll discuss.
I would love to be the hater on it.
It would be us explaining to you why this is so funny, because in Scary Movie 3, the cop's hat gets bigger, and it's hilarious.
That's the thing. It's not like any of the jokes have to be explained.
No.
Like they take a team of such amateur comedians and just be like, insert as many jokes as possible into this like horrible script that's just a rip off of a movie. I don't know. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe it'll change me. I started
I'm down.
I started doing a podcast on Lost because it's my favorite show, and now I hate it. So.
Yeah. I started watching my other friends. Sorry, Jeff. I have other friends. My friends have a Lost podcast where they watch the chronological edit of Lost, and they're doing episodes on the chronological episodes. And I was watching along with that, and they basically got to like season 2 stuff, and I was just like, this is boring, man. This is so without the flashbacks. Like, most people hate the flashbacks because they take away from the story,
right?
But I'm just like watching season 2 without flashbacks, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so boring.
And also in season 2, half of the flashbacks are things that you've already had flashbacks about, so it gives you like the same story with like a tiny bit more information, and you're just like, go back to the island. And they go back to the island, nothing's happening there. I don't know. Right now we just finished season 2, so I'm hoping that season 3, we've taken like a 3-month break after season 2 because we were like, we're done with this. Let's watch we watched all the Freddy movies instead. No, not Freddy.
Jason, you were like, hey, I need a break from Lost. Let's watch all the Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah, for my friend Barrett Sigmund's podcast.
We don't do last names on this channel.
Oh, okay. Barrett, beep. His podcast, beep. I don't know why you're making me censor his podcast title. Also, I was trying to plug a friend's show.
Wow.
But anyways, we watched all of the Friday the 13th movies, and they are bad.
Yep, he comes back to life at some point, and that's nuts.
Yeah, that's called the beginning of every one. Starting after like 3. I don't know.
Yeah, I would love. I guess I'm going to say it on the air. Yes, I say yes. I will be a permanent host on your Lost podcast. So thanks for asking. I'm glad that's official now.
We have a hard time getting 4 people together already, but I would love to add you in. Maybe replace someone who hates watching it and keeps making it hard to schedule it.
Yeah, my only requirement is we start from the beginning.
Oh no, I can't watch 1 and 2 again. Season 2 is so bad. and I thought it was one of the good seasons. I thought season 4 was the only bad season. I don't know. I don't remember anything.
I would recommend the chronological edit if you
I think that would be cool.
It's funny. I think all the flashbacks were cool. I didn't mean to turn this into Lost Talk. This was supposed to be Survivor Time.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Go check out Scary Movie 1 through 3. 4, if you got the time. It's not that good, but it's got some goofs in it. 5, don't check out 5. Okay.
And then disaster movie, epic movie, not another teen movie.
Not another teen movie.
That stands up.
It might be my favorite parody movie of all time. I don't know.
Honestly,
it's so funny.
I saw it a couple years ago. I still really enjoyed it.
It's very funny. One Night Ultimate Werewolf Survivor Lost Edition. I don't think I could put a hatch in my room.
We gotta figure it out.
That would mainly be me being like none of the show would make sense, but then I'm just like, no, we planned it out from the beginning. We planned this out from
right. No, we definitely figured it out.
I watched a 9-hour review of Lost on YouTube. Yeah, there's a 9-hour review. It's split up into parts, but it's basically this guy who ultimately likes Lost but hates the ending, talking about how the creators did not have a plan from the beginning, and he hates
they clearly didn't.
He hates the fact because the creators will say over and over, "We had a plan from the beginning," but they didn't. They just they contradict themselves. And all right,
yeah.
Josh also wanted to point out, not another gay movie exists, but that movie's not that good.
I've never heard of that.
It's not that good. I wouldn't check it out.
Did that come out at the same time as Not Another Teen?
I think it came out when like Netflix was early on into streaming, and Netflix was putting like a bunch of movies on just to have it. I'm not sure if it's a straight up parody of other movies. I forget. I don't think I found.
Would it be like a parody of gay movies? There's not that many gay movies to parody.
You don't watch Logo enough. All right.
Are those movies or shows?
I don't know. I don't watch it enough either.
Is it Logo? I thought Bravo was the gay channel.
Bravo is like fashion, I believe. Where
and
Logo,
like Housewives and stuff like that.
Yeah, now it became that. But Logo is like it's like a higher up cable channel where it's specifically lesbian and gay oriented.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have cable.
Alrighty. I guess you'll have to come over to my house to watch Logo. I don't have cable either. I don't know why.
Yeah. We'll start another podcast about Logo also. Just trying to figure it out.
The stream has went off the rails. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time. Bye.